And a squawk squawk to all my fellow sorrowers. I am going to go rotten apple picking today and try and break down, decode and decrypt the Kabbalist tree of life. I myself call it the tree of death. Today, you're going to see why. Oh, do you like my new wallpaper? Yeah. Don't worry, this is the right wing, not the left. The right wing path, not the left wing path. So, let's get started. I'm going to start with this news presenter. It was in one of the previous videos I've done. You know, pulling apart with my beak the BBC, but I thought I'd save it instead of crack down on it and crack on with it on there. I thought I'd do it on here. Don't worry, we've got time. It's because I make so many videos in one day. I never used to, but I've got so much more to say and show and tell. I suppose because they do, you know. Running out of time. Running to try and catch it. You see this? This is the Kabbalistic tree of life. You may say, well, it's obviously done by a child. Do you know what? I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them because that's about as much creativity as a grown Saturnian has. Okay. Now, I'm sure it's not all of them, but majority, predominantly, Kabbalists, yeah, they're Saturnian. The religion itself is, at least. So, you must try to remember and never forget that all they ever do is convert, revert, invert, and pervert. Yeah? All the teachings. Okay? So those of you that follow the tree of life and the teachings of it, this is why I call it the tree of death. Because to them, that's how they're using it. Okay? This over here, on his left side, just a hanger, right? Just a coat hanger. Okay. Okay. Is a hook, isn't it? It's symbolism for the sickle, for the scythe, the Grim Reaper, Kronos. Okay? The Warden, Machine Mummy Mean. It's also tied into Judas, the hanging. Okay? The hanger. Nothing hanging from it now, though, is there? Because they believe they've redeemed themselves. You see? So, let's let our hearts start to pull this apart. So please do forgive me if I get some of this the wrong way round. I'm just putting into practice what I've picked up as of recently, okay? So I'll start with what we know. Saturn would be the left-hand path, okay? Which is here. Each side of it we have Mars and Neptune, okay? We'll just start with that, nice and simple, and go along. So, we've got Saturn here, Mars here, and Neptune here, right? Okay? Okay. You've got Earth, which is in the south, which is probably, I'd imagine, one of the main reasons why people say that we're living in purgatory. We're living in hell. This is, in fact, limbo, right? Satan's world, king of this world, right? Notice the sun has got 8 rays, okay? For your arachnid, for your cephalopod, your spider and your octopus. We've gone over this before, okay? And remember, the sun is right in the middle over the heart chakra, as we'll get to in a moment. So what we're going to do first of all, we're going to spin this around. There we are, okay? So you've got Neptune up here, higher than Mars, okay? Keep that in mind, keep that in heart. Go across to this that I've covered in one of my recent videos, okay? This would be Neptune, this would be Saturn. Remember I said this is what this is, it's black sun. It's Saturn. Here you have Mars. Isn't it funny that they chose to put these two little germs next to this one in the BBC News broad spellcast that I covered as of recently? Odd, right? No, because there's nothing new under this thing. Not for them. There never will be. So you see? You have that. You have that. You have that. You have that. Okay? As above, so below. They're following the fucking constellations. And now that Ophiuchus, the 13th zodiac, has been brought into fruition and it's aligned, they're playing out what the stars are destined and preordained and predicted throughout centuries, millenniums, eons of time. This is ancient art, okay? This is an ancient art of black Saturnian practice. Here again, Saturn. So you'd have evil, okay? You see this sign? That's Kronos. That's the Grim Reaper, okay? You see where it is? Earth would be the past then, wouldn't it? From what it's saying here. The sun would be Lucifer the light bearer, and this would be the moon, which is the west. I believe this would be Lilith. That's why it's the west. Wicked witch of the west. Okay? The 3 W's. Turn them upside down, what you get? The 3 M's. Who's that? Machine Mummy Mean, brothers and sisters. So, it's a bit all over the gaff, but I'm doing my best, alright? Here is where the sun would be, which is what? The heart chakra. Okay? You see that, right? Okay. Now it says that the sun, Sirius, would be God, but the sun is also the morning star, right? Which is Lucifer. You see how they've done this? So an act. Go along again. The left-hand path, Cain. You see this? It comes from Eve. So you'd have Lilith, Satan, and Eve. Okay? So Jacob, the Jacobeans, that's the followers, the Saturnian followers. They're also known as the Jacobeans. Okay? That's why it's all connected up here. Solomon, you see? And Israel, the Israelites, the Zionists, which would come into the Kabbalah, which is this, the tree of life, or as I said, as I call it, the tree of death. Okay? Because it's caused so much and has so much on its hands. It's the way they use it. Okay? Because it's not used for the way, just their way. It's been corrupted by everything else that once stood natural. The kingdom. This was Earth, wasn't it? Remember? Kingdom. King of this world. Satan. The kingdom. The crown, the spirit. Right at the top here, you see? Understanding. Okay, well, if that's a left-hand path, which is also 3, which would be Saturn, which is why it's 3 for Saturn. Understanding is knowledge, isn't it? Not wisdom. What do I always say? Like the snake is not the same as the dragon. Knowledge is not the same as wisdom. Okay? The fruit of knowledge. That's what understanding means here. Okay? The soul, beauty. Lucifer was beautiful, the first of the fallen. The right-hand man to the creator. Man, woman. We've been told some man. You know how I feel about all that. The point is, 6 is the soul of man. Okay? And the sun, the Sirius, would stand for beauty, which is why it ties into Lucifer, the light bearer. Okay? Here's the Masonic teaching merged with the Kabbalistic teaching. The 2 pillars. Okay? Mercy, severity. You can see the serpents going through in the back here. They're the 2 factions, okay? The genetic strain, the DNA. Yeah? The 3rd base pair. Here's your fallen angel. Okay? Here's your rings of Saturn. And this is what energizes the black Saturn cube. So, you'll see it here. You see the cube? The black sun would be in the middle. Okay? Ties into your pyramid worship. It's all there. This is where the black and white symbolism comes into play. It's also electrical, electric magnetic. Okay? Black would be off, white would be on. You see? All about power, all about energy. Hence the surge all the way through the 3rd pillar, the 3rd column, the 3rd strain. Now, as I say, I've not worked out what I am trying to teach because I'm still being taught. Okay? There's just a few things that I can't shy away from now that I've witnessed them. Okay? So I'll continue to analyze as much as I can. You see here, Darth, which would be blackness, endless, bottomless, death, serpent in the same place here. Okay, the 3rd eye here, because that's what they're attacking, pineal gland, that's why they're harvesting all this adrenochrome. Here you have the sign of Kronos, okay, which is Pluto. See it? Last but not least, I'll show you this. Remember I showed you this? The 2 factions, right? Well, why do you think one head is higher than the other? It's the same as this, isn't it? They're always trying to show that one is stronger than the other. Yeah, so now you know. But that's why. You see? Two different factions, both fighting over machine mummy means affection. They're spoilt fucking brats, okay? And they're always portraying themselves through all the different mediums and medias of art, whether it be films, games, music, always portraying themselves to either be for one faction they show that they're higher than the other, and then the other faction shows that they're higher than the other. See? You see? When both of them could not be lower. I hope this has helped. Still learning. Forgive me if I got anything wrong. I'm just trying to get as much as I can right. I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side of the cube.